Welcome to Layer the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock. On today's episode, my 10 favorite Thin Lizzy songs. This was a really hard list to make because I love Thin Lizzy and I love Phil Lynott. He is one of my favorite hard rock singers and songwriters of all time. I made a video a long time ago of the coolest frontmen in rock, and Phil was very high up on my list. I love his style. I love the way he sings. His lyrics are very, like, he's a storyteller. His style of singing, his phrasing, the way he phrases his lines. He always has this sort of cool, relaxed way that he sings, and the way he puts his lyrics and melody lines together is just awesome. And I love his voice too. You know, in the 70s, in the era when you had guys like Robert Plant and Brad Delp sing super, super high. You had guys like Steven Tyler and Ian Gillan with the sort of screamy type things going on in their voice. Phil had this bassy, baritone, smooth type of voice that just really worked really well in Thin Lizzy, and I thought made him stand out from the typical guy trying to sing as high as he possibly can all the time type of thing. You know, for me, Phil is kind of like the Frank Sinatra of hard rock. He has that smooth, romantic, cool voice, and he's just an all-around, just cool guy who just oozes confidence and cool. So Phil Lynott, one of my favorite singers and songwriters. And Thin Lizzy was just a great, great band. As I was making this list, I was thinking about how many great guitar players were in the band. You had Eric Bell early on when Thin Lizzy was just one guitar. Then you had sort of the classic lineup era with Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson. You had Gary Moore in the band. You had Snowy White and John Sykes. I mean, just great, great guitar playing. And then Brian Downey, fantastic drummer, a guy that doesn't get talked about enough, I think, when you're talking about great rock drummers from the 70s. You know, he had a great touch, a little jazzy. He didn't strike me as a super heavy pounder, just a little bit more of a finesse guy, but he could really drive the band. Just a really, really great drummer. Love Brian Downey. So this list was really difficult to make. I could have made a top 20, and that would have been difficult to make, but I forced myself, said, okay, let's get this down to 10. This wasn't easy, but here we go. All right, from 1983, the album Thunder and Lightning, the title track. This is my number 10 pick, Thunder and Lightning. I love the chorus in this song, like thunder and lightning. And I love the part where he goes, it hits you like a hammer. God damn. That's just absolutely great. And the whole song is like, this is sort of, you know, Thin Lizzy maybe stepping into the metal world a little bit. You even got a sort of a gloved, spiked fist here. And John Sykes has a ripping guitar solo on this. And there's a great keyboard solo from Darren Wharton on this. And it's just kind of a driving, almost very metal-like song. Just really, really cool. Love the song. Love the riffing in it, you know, and the driving feel to it. And that chorus is just great. Okay, number 9, from the Fighting album from 1975, the song King's Vengeance. I love the lyrics in this. I love and the king will have his vengeance and he takes it out on the poor. The way that part lifts up in that song and that lyric there is just great. I love the riff in it and the way it kind of starts with it sounds like a clean guitar, maybe like an acoustic guitar there, and then the main riff in it is like this you know, driving, where the whole band is kind of really tight. Thin Lizzy was great at that, like everybody sort of locked into the same riff, you know, playing really tight like that. So great song at number 9 for me. All right, number 8, my number 8 pick from the album Bad Reputation, 1977. I picked the title track, Bad Reputation. Oh, what a cool song, man. Brian Downey's drumming in this. I mentioned him a little bit earlier there. Fantastic. I love that part in the song where it breaks down and he's doing all those fast technical like drum fills, but it's got such a great feel to it and such a great technique, man. It's just Love it. His drums are all over this, and I love the part in the song where it's the "You better turn yourself around." Dun, dun. I love when Thin Lizzy locks in, where everybody's locked into like a rhythm. It also has like a tribal, aggressive, like driving tribal rhythm to it, and the whole band is locked into it, and it's just really, really cool. So, all right, I'm gonna leave this album up because I got more from this one. My number 7 pick from this album, Dancing in the Moonlight. This is Phil at his, it has this sort of jovial, upbeat, happy feel to it. It puts a smile on your face. The way Phil delivers the melody line, it's just so cool. I love the, I missed my last train because I hung around for one more dance, and I missed the last train. And I love the line where he goes, "I always get chocolate stains on my pants." I mean, Phil is just so cool. And the bass in this is really neat. Phil was known for putting an effect on his bass a lot of times, this like flanger type effect. So that bass line that he has, it sort of drives the song. And I love when it stops and it does the chicka 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 chicka. It was 3:00 in the morning. Just awesome. Great feel. All right, I'm going to leave this album up. I didn't do this on purpose. It just sort of happened this way, and I went back and looked. All right, I got 3 in a row from Bad Reputation. Opium Trail. Love the main riff in this sort of snaky and the way Phil's voice has this like an echo or reverb effect where it sounds like he's really far away, and just the lyrics in it are super, super cool. He's just like about a wizard and his dreams and everything, and the Opium Trail, and it's just awesome song. I love the riff in it and the whole vibe to it. All right. Number 5, from 1976, the Jailbreak album, Cowboy Song. Phil, once again, the storyteller, the way he can play a character is just fantastic. I'm just a cowboy, lonely on the trail, just great. I love the way the song builds and just the whole vibe to it. It's so melodic and just a great song that every time it comes on, I want to sing along with it, and it's just Phil playing the part. And I could totally picture Phil as that cool cowboy, character. He's just such a Clint Eastwood kind of cool, cowboy thing, just great the way Phil delivers it. So, all right, Jailbreak. I am going to put this aside because something else is going to come up from this album. All right, number 4, from Vagabonds of the Western World, the title track. I love this song. I love this album. I love the whole groove of it and the part where it's blue eyes, blue eyes. That I just great, man. I love it. I love the main riff in the song, the way the song sort of shifts around and stuff. It's just super, super cool. I love Phil's delivery in it, so just great. Eric Bell on guitar on this one. All right, number 3, from 1974, the Nightlife album, Still in Love with You. One of my favorite ballads of all time. Here we go again. Phil's delivery on this, the band, the solos in this song. There's a live version of this where Phil says his mom is in the audience and he dedicates it to her. That is just, man, it just tugs at my heartstrings when I hear that live version. And the studio version is great also. And Phil could do Thunder and Lightning, a heavy metal song. He could do the Cowboy song, Dancing in the Moonlight, where it's just upbeat and jovial. He could do Still in Love with You, just romantic, just great. And the whole song, the whole laid back vibe of the song, it is just a fantastic ballad that I love the guitar solo in this. It's just absolutely great. And when they would play this live, it was just really, really great. All right, we're getting number 2 here from the Black Rose album, a rock legend, Roisin Dubh. Maybe it's that I'm Irish and I grew up listening to Irish music, and it's all the Celtic themes in this. I love the riff in this. I love all the soloing in it. I mentioned Gary Moore on this, the amazing Gary Moore. All the sort of Celtic melodies and the sort of the triplet feel of the song, the way the song moves around. I love Phil's lyrics in it, sort of, please tell me the story of young Cuchulainn, talking Irish folklore, mythology, and everything. It's just, oh man, such a great song. I love the riffing in it. I love the melodies. It's a long song, but it's just got so much melodic stuff going on in it. It is just absolutely incredible. Love it. All right, number 1. Well, all right, it's from this album, Jailbreak. We're back to 1976, and it's the song Emerald. This is such a cool song. It's got that driving riff to it. It's like, again, here, it's sort of like Roisin Dubh. It has a Celtic feel to it, but it's still like a minor riffing to very metal, but very sort of, has this Celtic vibe to that main riff there. Down from the glen came the marching men. And I love the solos in this. The solos are just ripping all over it. Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson just ripping it up all over the solo, and Phil like jamming out on the bass underneath it. Underneath, it's just great. I love the riff in it. I love the whole vibe in it. It's just such a cool, big, powerful song. So, all right, there you go. My 10 favorite Thin Lizzy songs. So hard to do. Jailbreak. I love Jailbreak. The Boys Are Back in Town. Maybe I've heard that too many times, but again, it's Phil telling stories like no one else could. What else almost made on my list? Massacre. Man, there are just so many. And if I extended this beyond Thin Lizzy, I love Phil's solo stuff too. In the song Old Town, I love that song. Just shows what an amazing songwriter Phil was. So this was a really hard list to make. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your 10 favorite Thin Lizzy songs, or what are some of your favorite Thin Lizzy songs? So many great songs to choose from, right? All right, so let me know down in the comments. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And until we see you again, make sure you rock hard, ride free.